I'm making this video as much for myself as for anyone else because I am not a morning person. I really struggle in the morning time. It takes me a long time to wake up, and I just generally feel like there should be a ban on talking to someone until they have been awake for a minimum of an hour. But there are some things that I do as a night owl that make my mornings a little bit easier, and so that I can wake up and hit the ground running and feel inspired and ready to go. So let's go. Hi guys, it's Laura from How to Get Your Shit Together, and I help you get organized, get motivated, and get out of bed with some amount of enthusiasm. And these are the things that have helped me wake up feeling ready to take on the day. 1. Plan the night before. Knowing where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing the next day is half the battle. It helps me to relax and just know that everything is taken care of. All I have to do is follow the plan. I don't lie awake half the night thinking, oh, I hope I don't forget to bring out the bins tomorrow. 2. Plan something exciting. If I know that my day is just going to be a whole bunch of boring tasks, guess how excited I'm going to be about getting out of bed in the morning. Give yourself something to look forward to and try to plan it into your day as early as you can. And it can be something as simple as maybe you're going to eat your favorite breakfast, or it can be something big like you're going to book your summer holiday. Something that I sometimes do is that if I am enjoying a task or if I am particularly excited about a project that I'm working on, I will force myself to stop working on it and leave the rest of it to finish the following day. It's really tempting, obviously, to keep going, but if I can, I try to stop and plan it in for the next day to give myself something to look forward to. 3. Prep for autopilot mode. Try eliminate as many decisions and tasks and obstacles from your morning as you possibly can. One of the best things that I do is to pick mine and my daughter's outfits on a Sunday afternoon for the entire coming week. It just makes things so much easier. It's a lot less stressful every morning when I'm trying to get her up and ready to go to school. If you know in advance, what you're going to be wearing and maybe it's already laid out for you, if you know what you're going to be having for breakfast, maybe you have most or all of it already prepared, if you have your lunch and your bags packed, if you know where everyone is supposed to be, then that makes your mornings run so much smoother. Just knowing that some of the stress and the decision making and the work has been taken out of your morning and that you have a clear plan for what you're going to do first, that will mean that you will wake up feeling a lot calmer and much more focused. So do what you can the day before to make your mornings run as smoothly as possible. 4. Wind down. If I stay up working until right before bedtime, which admittedly I do so much more often than I should. I did it last night while I was prepping for this video, but it's really difficult then for me to get a good night's sleep, which in turn makes it difficult for me to wake up feeling anything other than exhausted. But giving myself time to slow down a bit first is really helpful because my brain does not go from 60 to 0 in a split second. If I am doing something mentally taxing right up until it's time to get ready for bed, then my mind is still going to be racing when my head hits the pillow. Not good. I need to give myself time to detach and wind down and just let all those random thoughts run riot until they wear themselves out. 5. Read something inspiring. This is probably the biggest contributing factor for me when it comes to waking up feeling inspired. I try to read something every night that makes me feel like I can achieve anything, that makes me think that I can really, take control of my life and get more organized and get my shit together. Because when I go to sleep feeling inspired, I usually wake up feeling inspired. No matter how bad my day has been, or how tired I am, or how fed up I am, or how much I'm dreading the following day, if I can go to bed, feeling motivated, feeling that I can really take on anything the next day has to throw at me, then I will wake up feeling that way. 6. Make mornings brighter. Waking up in the dark is miserable. I talked about it in a previous video about beating the winter blues, but if you can, get yourself one of those wake up lights, or at least, you know, as soon as you wake up, open the curtains, turn on all the lights. Just try to make your environment as bright as possible. Now, obviously, cover your eyes if it is very dark and the sudden brightness will burn the retinas out of you. But just let your body know that it's not nighttime anymore and it's time to get going. 7, make mornings warm. Now, I don't know about yours, but my bed is infinitely more inviting if I know that it is really cold outside of those blankets. I don't think anybody likes having to crawl out of a lovely warm cocoon into a frozen tundra. So if you can, set your heat on a timer so that the room has already warmed up a bit before you are forced to get out of bed. Or at the very least, keep something warm beside your bed so that you can immediately wrap up in it. 8, upgrade your sounds. If the first thing you hear when you wake up in the morning is a blaring air horn of an alarm, it's probably not going to put you in the best of moods. Change your alarm to something a little less jarring, you know, something that will gently wake you. I have a Leonard Cohen song set as my alarm. It's a lovely soothing way to start my day. Maybe you could even make yourself a morning playlist of, you know, soft, quiet songs, followed maybe by songs that get you fired up once your feet have hit the floor. Solo dance party, anyone? There are worse ways to start your day. 9, improve your sights. If you open your eyes to see a big heap of clothes on the floor or just general untidiness, you're probably just going to want to pull the covers back over your head. Try to keep your space clean and tidy so that you don't wake up and just immediately see jobs that need doing. Maybe hang a motivational quote on the wall opposite your bed, or even leave the book from last night by your bedside table so that you can wake up and read another chapter or two. Chapter? Where would you be going in the morning? Who has that amount of time? So that you can wake up and read a paragraph or two just to get you back in that frame of mind. Or keep a picture of your family in a nice frame. Or maybe even set up your vision board where you can see it. If you're unsure of how to make one, I have a video. I will link it above and below. But just add something to your room that will make you feel happy when you wake up. You know, something that will remind you of why you're working hard, or who you're doing it for, or the goals that you're working towards. 10, get a good night's sleep. Now, winding down first will help, but there are loads of other ways that you can ensure that you get a restful night's sleep. Way too many to go into in this video, but if, for example, you always find that the alarm is waking you in the morning, then maybe go to bed a little bit earlier. Don't eat or drink right before bed. Try and make the room as dark as possible. Adjust the temperature or the amount of layers so that you're not too hot or too cold. Or journal if you find that you have a lot on your mind that's stopping you from going to sleep. Loads of different things like that. Just do what you can to improve the quality of your sleep, because you can't wake up feeling inspired if you have barely managed to close your eyes. Or if falling asleep is something that you really struggle with, I have a blog post that lists 4 different ways that will help you get to the land of Nod. I have found them very helpful. I will link it below for you. So those are my top tips on how you can wake every day feeling inspired and ready to take on the world. But let me know in the comments below whether you are a morning person, I hate you, or like me, a night owl, and what time you normally get up at every morning. I know that one of you gets up every morning at 5 a.m. Hi Jem, I don't know how you do it. And subscribe to the channel if you are looking for more practical advice and tips on living a simpler, happier, more inspired life. Until next time, is it too soon to go back to bed? Cura míle mágah, agus bheadh mé sibh go luath. Slán!